It's a late one. It's a late one. It's a late one. Therapy, me last be having you. I don't want to hang about too much. But the cowards got 3 points today. The cowards got 3 points, it must be said. And there was signs of them battling. But yeah, it wasn't a great start to start with. I hope you're all well. Welcome to United Real Therapy. Just come back from Liverpool. A bit crazy in terms of the rain. Big up everybody. Dead coward Wood FC, mate. Big up Lilias. Get Manchester United. This VAR need to get out. What a joke. Yeah, you know what? We've won 3 points at the end of the day. But I don't want to hang about too much, people. I thought it was a game of mistakes. We started with a first mistake, Casemiro getting caught on the ball. And after that, it just, Man United took a bit more of the control of the ball. It must be said. United took control of the ball. And we then managed to have some joy with the ball and the feet of certain players. But even saying that, we were wasteful at times. We gave the ball away in silly positions. And I'm not 100% convinced because we gave the ball away and a better team punishes us. I thought Everton didn't play well today. They didn't play with the intensity. To be honest with you, being in a stadium, I had really pretty good seats. Being in a stadium. I've sent you the link, Tom, if you want to jump on quickly. It's not going to be a very long podcast or a very long match reaction because it's quite late. But I thought we after we conceded the first goal, I thought we played some good football together, and then we looked to try to go forward and do the right things. Casemiro made a mistake in the first half. To be fair, Anthony shouldn't be giving the ball there. He should be giving the ball back or upwards, but he gave it to him. He turned round. Welcome to the Premier League, Casemiro. You're not going to get the time that you get in La Liga. You're not going to get the time that you get in international football. So it was difficult for him. But like great players, they shake it off. To be fair, he shook it off. And from that minute, from that moment onwards, I thought he grew into the game. And he was by far the best midfield player we had on the pitch. I was quite shocked, actually, how good his ball playing is. He had a fantastic chance to score. That was an easy header for him because he's really good in the air. And then it wasn't just him. Bruno was giving the ball away. Everton gave the ball away. Casemiro was giving the ball away. Luke Shaw was giving the ball away. Diego Dalot was giving the ball away. Everybody was giving the ball away. So it was a game of mistakes. We just made the least mistakes. They made more mistakes on us. And at the end of the day, it was what it was. Tom, welcome. How are you feeling? I hope you're over your cold.
Yeah, man. I'm a lot better now. How we doing anyway?
How was it watching it on TV? What did you think about the game? Quickly, how was your point of view in the game?
Well, I thought probably a bit of a similar point of view to what a lot of people are thinking. Really, with a lot of wasteful passes. There wasn't a lot more. I think it was a lot more off the cuff. It wasn't it wasn't a disciplined performance, if I'm being fair and honest. Like there wasn't much control in the game. We always try and hear this word around it, how we want to hopefully control games and dictate to the opposition how the game's going to be or how the game's going to play, and we don't look like we can do that. And the problem that I have, and the problem that I've now come across, if you put it all together, is the different contrasts in style of players and the stylistics of all of the group of players that we have. They just don't match up. All of them, they don't match up. And I know it's easy to say because it's a new rebuild, we brought in new players, blah, blah, blah. But when you put it all together, take, for example, Alessandro Martinez, who's probably one of the best ball carriers or players on the ball, defensive players that is on the ball. He's better than some central defensive midfielders when playing passes through the lines, but he's a centre-back. You take somebody like that, for example, but you compare it to how Lindelof is, for example, on the ball. There isn't that there's levels and there's the contrast there in between styles, because Lindelof would suit how they would play in Serie A, where it's more you have time on the ball. You don't have to be as progressive. You're not getting press resistant by players constantly. And that's the speed of the Premier League. That is the Premier League for you. It's high octane, it's high intensity. And like you said reading about with Casemiro, welcome to the Premier League. That was a reality check. That goal, obviously, the mistake and stuff. But listen, Anthony and Casemiro, they're coming into a new league, so I can understand that. Players are going to make mistakes coming to a new league. It happens.
Yeah.
But over time, they're going to get used to it and they're going to develop. But like you said, great players, they always come back from major frailties or major, failures in their game, which Casemiro did, and obviously got man of the match and everything. But even in terms of the context of the game, the attacking, like I don't know what it is about this team, but when I look at somebody like a Martial kind of player, you look at Ronaldo. Ronaldo's the goal scoring figure in a lot of striker models, if you get what I mean. Martial's kind of like the glue. I don't see him as a number 9, but I see him more of a creative centre forward. Yeah. I think if you played a false 9, he's the perfect player that you would use in this team. Like when we played the first game against Brighton. He leads
the line really well. He leads the line.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Leads the line really well.
He's not a false 9 because he stands there and he's in the middle of centre halves and he can play the ball to feet. I thought it was a bit lackluster in that first 20 minutes, to be fair. But he got injured in that in that tackle with Pickford.
Pickford, yes,
yeah.
But like I say, when I look at these sort of games and stuff, I'm always hearing the word control, and I'm not seeing it. And it's because of the contrasting styles with the players that we've brought in. And I don't want to see this, major hype and this major, train of it, because we're seeing it game in, game out now, where you might see one week Fernandes and Eriksen are like the dynamic duo. They're like the Scholes and Keane, or they're like the Carrick kind of players. These legendary status kind of footballers at your football club. One week they might turn that up, but they're not going to do it every week, week in, week out, because they're not those kind of players. But I look at it from the point of view of it with Casemiro. Casemiro had to play today. I'm sorry, he had to play, because there would have been serious question marks over why you bought him. And I don't just think it just on Ten Hag, because I don't think he was I don't think it needs to be questioned that he wasn't Ten Hag's player that he preferred. Obviously, it was Frankie de Jong, but Frankie de Jong would have been playing weeks ago by now. I don't want to hear about fitness and all that rubbish. He'd been playing weeks ago in this team ahead of McTominay. But like I say, we got the 3 points. We've got to take. I guess you've got to take what you can from the game. Really, you got the 3 points. Yeah. We're rolling to the next game. Put the 6-3 game against Manchester City out of our heads. But yeah, a lot of people can take a lot of confidence, I guess, from the game. I think Anthony as well, regardless of performance-wise, he's still contributing towards the team. Yeah, Rashford's goal. Listen, I don't even think we need to talk about VAR this weekend, man. It's an absolute shocker.
That's crazy,
as it does every weekend.
How's that handball?
I don't know. And you see the Liverpool game as well.
It came off the defender, like, and then how is he supposed to get? He hurdles the guy. He jumps over him. And how was he then supposed to control?
But it was over Pickford. It was over Pickford once, yeah.
No. It was a defender. It was a defender before. Then he took on Pickford. He didn't touch it with his hand after Pickford. But
fair enough.
He did.
But anyway, listen, I'm getting called out here. Big up Rio Mac. Rio Mac saying we played well. None of the BS, Nuruddin, please. Well, I was at the game. I didn't think it was that great game. First of all, I thought we made a lot of mistakes, and I thought Everton were off it today. And if they had a better team, still at moments of the game, we had the back four. Then we had 2 midfielders, Casemiro and Eriksen, and then the front 4 all up the pitch. And there's huge gaps between the defense and the attack. Huge gaps. And if a decent team, they will make, like Man City did, they will take a massive advantage of that. I thought we were wasteful on the ball at times. Yes, we kept possession. We had a lot of possession. I thought Ronaldo, other than score the goal, he didn't have any chances at all. One thing I would say about Ronaldo today, he worked hard. He came back a lot. He won the ball back. He was trying to pull people down. He had a bit more positive energy in terms of being on the pitch. But I don't think that was a great performance. Genuinely, I don't. That's just me.
No.
Everybody's got different opinion. Irfan, how did you see that game today?
I'm with you because some United fans always go on Twitter straight away after the game and just to see how how giddy they get, etc. And me, I'm saying to myself, how are we hanging on with 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go? They're putting cross after cross, and I'm thinking, shit, they're going to equalize. And then I'm hearing everyone saying, oh, we played so well, we did this, we did that. I'm like, come on, people, what is wrong with you? What are you watching? Yeah. Now look, the game was set up for us. It was a nice, easy game for us to play our game in the sense that they sat back and allowed us all this possession. Okay, so it was a dream gift that Frank Lampard gave us, right, for our bottle job coward players, right? There you go, boys. And obviously we start passing around and we look all right on the eye. We're passing it around, but
well, we'll pass it around without really. How many chances did we create? How many saves? Listen, how many saves did Pickford make?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No. That's something we don't listen. We can pass it around and stuff, but we're not a team that penetrates. We're not a team that can put that final pass in to open up and bang. We're not that kind of guy. I mean, look, the fact that we're hanging on with 5 minutes to go against a team that another team would have beaten them 4-5-1 easily today, yeah, tells us that. So I'm not from the get excited much as I'm positive about the fact we won. I'm not like
I'm happy. Listen, I'm happy with the win. Don't get it twisted, but that wasn't a Ten Hag ball. For me, it was not. I thought we played well better against Liverpool. I thought we played a lot better against Arsenal.
We did.
Because of the quality and how they played. Everton, to me,
I'm amazed.
They step back and let us have the ball. But what do we really do with the ball? How many saves did Pickford make? I asked that question. If it was all Ten Hag ball today and stuff like that, how many chances did Pickford make? We were not having chances.
None of the shots were on target, so he had no saves to make. Of the shots that we did have, look, at the end of the day, look, I don't want to be like, obviously the people, if you say positives, if you say things how you see it, they'll say, oh, you're negative, you're this and that. And if you tell the truth how you see it, I'm here to tell my truth, how I saw it. You're here to tell yours. Tom's here to tell his. That's how I'm telling you how I saw it.
Listen, I can give you the stats, man. So Everton had 39% possession. We had 61% possession throughout the game. They had 11 shots. We had 12 shots. They had 2 shots on target. We had 4 shots on target. And then we made more fouls than them, which is a good because that means we competed.
But no, did they look like a team that's been unbeaten in 6 games or whatever? I don't know which 6 they've played, but
listen, like Frank Lampard, to be honest, he said it at the end, didn't he? I mean, one of the quotes I see, we weren't ourselves today. We didn't make it competitive. I thought they scored too early. I genuinely thought they scored too early. Then they sat off and then they couldn't get going again. But I don't want to talk about them. I just want to talk about I thought Casemiro made the error. Obviously, we don't have that much time. And what's his name? Anthony gives him a hospital pass, really, there. He's got right up his back. And then he loses the ball. And then obviously he recovered. I thought he recovered well. I thought he recovered well. So I agree that he recovered well. Quickly 1-0 down, but the reaction from the team was good. And that was it. That was the best thing for me. The most policing thing was we kept our composure, even though we went behind very early. And we come back into the game and a brilliant pass.
But don't you think this is the thing though, Nuruddin, though? This myth is still here. We have to go down a goal before we even are in the game at all. Or we even look like
to be fair, the bottle job mentality is like we buckle, don't we? But the thing about it is that Everton, when we went 1-0 down, they didn't come at us again. They didn't. They backed off. They backed off. Yeah. So I mean, Ten Hag says in the first half we were pressing well. Everton did not come out, and it was difficult for them to get a lot of crosses in. We didn't allow them, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, you're happy with that. But to me, I thought they just because they knew if they tried to open up with Martial and Rashford pace and Anthony, that we would have hurt them in a break if they tried to come out at us. So they tried to stay compact. The Martial, obviously, if you know you've been knowing it, I put the tweet out there. He's the new Louis Sahar, in it, so you know in it. Martial had a problem in his back. He was important. We were happy with all the subs. Ronaldo got the winning goal. Varane showed his importance with the organization, and the heat and the heading capacity. Okay. Say Miasi is here to boast. I didn't watch their game because I was on the way to. I didn't watch the game. I was on my way to the game. So we'll come back to this. But look, Saying Irfan, who's on top of the league? He says, yeah. Irfan, who's on top of the league? Listen,
I told you, I just said about the Giddy. Some of the guys on here that think I'm negative. There's no such thing as being negative. I'm calling it out of how I see it in terms of the rest of the football league, yeah? And if people think, we should be positive in that, then you guys, if you want United to stay mid-table, you keep your opinions to yourself. If you want United to be challenging at the top, our job is to call it out as we see it. And not everyone sees it the same way. But like I said, we got a free away pass today. That's what we got. We got a free pass, whether you like it or not, right? And that, and all the people are getting excited because we beat Everton. That just shows how far.
Yeah, our record is dreadful there. But
it was wait a second. In the last 30 odd games they're in, it's been bad in the last 10, but for the about 20 or 15 before that, it was really good. We never used to.
It was, but the
really good. I always used to remember us beating this lot. So look, get me wrong. We needed a win. We needed to win, so we won, right? But the fact that, like I said, the fact I don't like to see us hanging on, and we're hanging on because we're not deadly. Look how much ball we had, right?
And for what? How many clear chances we created?
How many chances? Well, what it was? We had openings that never became chances. We had openings that were one right pass and it's a chance, but we didn't actually make the pass to make the chance. Quite a few in the second half, I'd say, and because we're not a deadly team, we're just not.
Irfan, I got to answer this. Same Yassi is asking you, who's on top of the league?
Them boys are, and watching them today, I didn't catch all of it, but they're on a roll, man. They're showing fight, and it was at home. And Liverpool's defense, I don't know what's happened to them. I don't know what's happened to Liverpool's defense, but
nowadays,
7-season syndrome, lads. That's what it is.
You got to defend. Listen, to be fair, this happened to him in
all season.
No, it happened to him at Mainz as well. That was the season when he left at Mainz. Yeah. It happened to him at Dortmund. It's happened to him at Liverpool. I don't know what it is. It's Jurgen Klopp's little myth around it. When he gets to the 7th term of his tenure, his team it just defects. And the reason being is because he's built up a young team. Because if you look at it, how Arsenal are now, at that average age of the squad, about 24 years old is the highest average age of that squad. That's how Liverpool were 4 years ago. When they were starting that progressiveness of when they were dominating, when they were challenging up there with Manchester City for the title every single season, when they were in the Champions League every single season, competing and challenging, because they had that young engine of a squad. They've tried to bring in players to now replicate other players as, models and styles of play. Like, for example, you take Sadio Mane out of the team and you replace him with Luis Diaz. You take Firmino's on the decline, so you have to get a centre forward in Darwin Núñez. When you try and adapt these players in, it's okay trying to adapt them in and mould them in, but they're completely stylistically. Luis Diaz is not Sadio Mane, and Darwin Núñez is a goal scorer. He's not Roberto Firmino, who is a creative striker. Who could probably would be more suited in any team in the league. Because if he played at Manchester City, he wouldn't be playing centre forward. He'd be playing attacking midfield if they didn't have Kevin De Bruyne. That's the only difference, because he's a creative player. And that's what I meant earlier as well, when I was talking about it with Martial. There's more creativity in him than goal scorer instinct. That's the only difference. He's a player who can link a play and link an attack together.
You know what? 100%. He's not like a guy who's on the shoulder of the.
That's what I mean. That's like a Marcus Rashford.
Space, in the box, like somebody like Cavani. But what he does, he holds up the ball well. And he set up the goal today. A brilliant first time pass to Anthony, and a brilliant finish by Anthony. Same as says, Nuruddin, every match you win is a struggle, not convincing. Look at the Europa game. It's not sustainable. No, 100% I agree with you. It's not sustainable. But at the end of the day, after what happened to us against Man City, the players very much cowards. That's what they are to me, till the next derby. You
should ask Zayn Yassi what the score was when we played you. It wasn't that long ago. Ask
That's what I'm saying. But Zayn Yassi knows, innit? Arsenal could be wherever they are. They could have all the trophies in the back. When they come to Old Trafford, it's a different game. They just start shaking. They start shaking, shivering, and I think, oh shit, we're at Old Trafford. They just look around and go, oh shit. We could have the greatest players, whatever. You could have the greatest records. You come to Old Trafford, you know what time it is, innit? Time to be humbled. So Zayn Yassi knows that, and we don't need to repeat that to him. Just in case, I'll say.
I want him to enjoy his Arsenal good times because
No,
that's
no, you have to enjoy it,
how many
yeah.
years of misery have they had now? How many
Yeah,
years
you
of
have to
misery
enjoy
have they had?
Listen, big up Hassan Yusuf, reporter, United Real Therapy, getting all the quotes. You never get everything in the right game. Football is a game of mistakes. We really had good situations in the game. You can see the principles of how we want to play. The only thing is I would say is that if we come against good teams and we've got the gap between the back four, the back four, the two midfielders, and the back and the front four.
It's the front and the midfielders that are in the gap you're talking about, yeah.
To me, that gap is too big. It's too big for me.
Do you think Bruno pushed too far forward today? Is that what it was? What do you think it was?
Say that again?
Do you think Bruno was too far forward?
Yeah, he's always too far forward. He's not back in helping out and defending. But big up Hassan Yusuf, Ten Hag, on whether anybody else could score 700 goals. It's difficult to say. It's clear that it's a massive performance from the player. Yeah, it is. It's an amazing thing.
I think they know
Cristiano Ronaldo. Today, I was quite impressed being in the stadium. His work off the ball. He was trying to close defenders down. He wasn't just walking around as he usually does. And that I give it. You got to give it. And then I thought, to be fair, Pickford has been on fire. And I thought for the left foot, he took that goal really well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know, I read it. I don't know if I got this right, but you know, obviously people who know more can tell me. But I think Haaland's got to score 43 goals a season until he's 37, 38 to get to Ronaldo's number tally.
Well, we'll see what happens.
For every year from now until he's 37, 38.
Well, you know what? If he stays fit, I think if he stays at Man City and he can bang in goals. Big up, say Miasi. Once Martinelli, Xhaka, and Jesus, Odegaard click, we have the best attack in England. Okay, all right, that's a lot. That's what you call backing your players. But I think Man City have got something to say about that, my friend. So we'll see. We'll see. One thing I'll say to you, say Miasi, if you finish ahead of City this season, you deserved it.
Yeah, deserved it.
Yes,
and I'll give you the credit. I'll give you the credit.
Absolutely.
Ten Hag, all 11 players have to bring it on the pitch. Resilience, winning attitude. You have to do it. You have to do it with 11. The spirit of the team is quite good. We have to keep improving that. Well, I don't know what happened last Sunday, mate. To me, I feel traumatized what happened last Sunday. I don't know what you were talking. I don't know what you're talking about. But today, against the Everton team that didn't turn up for me and scored too early and sat back. To me, biggest thing about possession is that with 70% or 60, 69, whatever it was, 60 something, 69% possession, or whatever it was, right? If you're gonna have that level of possession, for me, is that how many goals did you create? How many chances did you create, and how much more did you test their keeper? We didn't do it enough.
Well, on average, now.
Yeah, a lot of those passes, a lot of them will go backwards. Yeah, I'm not here for that.
Well, when you say,
you know what? To be fair to Rashford, I thought he worked hard today.
He did.
I thought he worked hard today, and I'm telling you, obviously, on TV, the camera follows the ball. The camera's always following the ball, but he made a lot of the ball runs, and they weren't finding him. And Eriksen, of all people, 3 or 4 times, I'm like, hit him! What are you doing? And I'm sat with the Evertons. I'm sat with the Evertonians, by the way. I'm in smack in the middle of the Evertonians, and I'm just like, what are you doing? And people are looking. It was crazy.
In the home fans end.
Big up Frisco, man. Big up Frisco. Big up Frisco. Big up Alex for the hookup, man. Obviously, Frisco is our it's the cousin of Michael Keane. So we got sorted out. Man. We got some VIP tickets today. So big up. I was on the VIP section. Big up to that. But at the end of the day, it's what it is, isn't it? Like, for me, I look at it, I think, yeah, it was a good win. We needed the 3 points, but it wasn't a spectacular performance. Yes, Casemiro played brilliantly. And you can tell when you've got somebody who is better on the ball and is good at winning the ball back, other than Fred and McTominay. But I'm sorry, Everton were poor. I genuinely thought Everton were poor today. That's just me. You know what? Being in the stadium, except for that last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, their fans were not in it. Man United fans were singing. I could hear all the Glazers. I'm sat across the United fans and I could hear all the like Glazers out lingo. So I don't know what game some of you guys watched. I think it could be that you're just a bit too giddy for me, for my liking anyway. But this is why football is a game of opinions. It's a game of opinions. what you see, I see is totally different. How we see the game, how we interpret what we see is totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, but
United's trophy is beating Arsenal when you come to the Emirates. We will win. So we'll cancel your win now. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. That's a boast. That's the boast that I have. But we will see. Ten Hag on Ronaldo. Ronaldo is happy. Ask him. I hope because we're winning. It's not easy to win here, but it's about the winning. It's about the team. But you need goal scorers. Okay.
Why didn't he just say we needed a little confidence boost? We needed a win just to boost the confidence and things like that. This was like, after the trauma of last week's game, this was like a nice step forward and stuff like that. Why didn't he just say that?
To be fair, Anthony worked hard as well. But to be fair, they weren't in the game that much. Yeah. Anthony, and they were not in the game that much.
He disappeared in the second half. Anthony disappeared in the second half. I didn't see him do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. In the first game, he says, big up Hassan Yusuf, by the way. In the first game, he was not always that good at defending wise, but today he was really good, really disciplined. He had good position, good anticipation. Okay. Ten Hag, that's Ronaldo. Ronaldo. That's really impressive. To 700 goal. Congratulations to him. Yeah, of course. Congratulations to Ronaldo. It's an incredible feat. I'm telling you, it's incredible. Man U FC become the first team to win 100 Premier League games after conceding the opening goal. That just shows.
We even got his own stat for the myth and all.
The last 20 minutes we could do a little better, but anyway, 3 big points. Yeah, the last 20 minutes was a joke. Was an absolute, because they didn't do that much. Their crowd just got involved in it. Anthony's an amazing player. We knew his qualities. That's why the club paid that amount of money for him. I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, Bruno. Let's not get into the finances of it all. Come on. We could have bought him 2 months earlier and you'd have saved yourself a fortune.
Yeah. Irfan, did you see Saliba this season? I think he's better than Rio. Now, you see, majority of what you said, Semiasi, was considerate, was good. But this is where that pipe, we need to go and scientifically check that pipe. Because that shisha you're smoking, something's in it. And we all agree. Therapy, I may agree. You see, your first 2 comments, your first 2 super chats were good. But now, you are absolutely. I don't know what you're smoking. It must be the way. Is it raining in London?
Let him have his fun, Nuruddin. Let him have it. Let me have it.
After 10 days, better than Rio. No chance. No chance, Amiasi. But big up for the super chat. Wow, I think Erling Haaland will reach 700 based on what Irfan just said. Well, it depends, innit? It'll depend where he is, what type of thing.
I don't see it.
I think it depends on what league he goes to as well. If he sticks in one league, because obviously Ronaldo's switched around the leagues, so there's obviously the intensity barrier that you can see there, where he's been in obviously Serie A. You take Sporting, for example, when he was in Portugal. He's been around the houses, the Premier League twice. He's
driven like a madman, though. He's got insane drive, hasn't he? I don't know with Haaland's got the same drive. How many goals did Haaland score for Dortmund last year?
Well, he was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was injured. He was in the 30s. I just want to get this. Hassan says we saw the best of and the worst of Casemiro in that first half. It feels like it's the case of him just adapting to the pace. You 100% agree.
I'm 100% absolutely.
The quality is there. The tackle pass to Ronaldo was a definition of elite, but
I think it's double or 2.5 times the number of passes that McTominay makes in the same position.
Yeah, 100%, Windy. Rashford is 2 away from 100 goals. Yeah. And today it should be on 99. Today, I'm sorry, that's a goal.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
I think the rule is Nuruddin, even if it's a handball by accident on the way through.
No, it came off the opposing player. He didn't make use of advantage.
But then it hit his hand Nuruddin as well. When he went through after the first tackle, it hit his hand there.
Yeah, because the ball bounced up because he's hurdling the guy.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Even if it's accidental, the rule says even if it's accidental, it's still
bullshit. It's an absolute bullshit. I've just seen Antonio before on Twitter. Antonio literally passing it to himself by his hand, and that goal's allowed to stand.
Well, there's just no transparency, though, is there? There isn't any transparency.
And go and have a look at the Anthony. Sorry, the
Antonio one. Yeah.
What the fuck? It's like a Thierry Henry against Ireland.
Well, we're lucky, like I said, come back
No,
and
listen, forget about the hand of God. That Antonio that he scored today. That's the hand of Antonio. Forget I had the hand of God, mate. The hand of Antonio. Honestly, it's there. He literally the ball bounces up and he goes. He moves it. Rashford does not move. Rashford is sprinting and he's like that. He didn't move his arm to the ball to give him the advantage.
Well, this is the thing, though. They call it an action movement, don't they? It depends if your arms move in line with the action of it. But the only thing I don't agree with the handball rule now is because of the transparency of it. Because if it's in a penalty situation, would that have been given? Probably not, because it's in a natural position in terms of movement towards the ball. But if it's in an attacking position in terms of scoring a goal, it can be perceived completely the opposite. And like it has been given, where it's not been given as the goal, based on the simple fact of they think they've used it as an advantage of open play. But there's no transparency of the handball role. They're completely, the FA, the Premier League, VAR, they're losing control of the game and the ruling system of it because I think everybody knows, regardless of your bias or your allegiance to a football club, we know right from wrong at any football club. And we know what's a decision and we know what isn't. At the end of the day, if you 2-foot somebody, you're expected to get sent off. Simple as that. If you stood somebody, if you give somebody a little shove or something, it's basically nothing. We know right from wrong in football, but the whole officiating of the whole league, it's an absolute, it's fraudulent.
I'm just reading it. Listen, Tom, I'm just reading it here. They're saying that Antonio is not handball because he scored in the second phase of play. So how did he get to where the keeper is then? What kind of he had the hold of the ball? What are they talking about?
Yeah, but how can you call this is what I don't get. How can you call it a second phase of play when he's already taken it past the goalkeeper?
So Rashford is okay. If that's right, Rashford is the second phase of play because he wins the ball in the air. The both players then challenge for the ball. Mm-hmm. Then the ball comes off the other player, hits him on the arm. That's the second phase of play then.
Yeah, you think so, but
this is what I mean. There's no transparency with the ruling system, and they're losing control of the game.
They robbed the goal from Rashford. That was daylight robbery. I don't give 100%. Yes, Hassan Yusuf definitely Shaw was a lot better today. He played
I was going to give him man of the match. Tell you the truth, I would have given it him.
I thought he played well. Let's talk about Bruno. He offers no shielding for the two midfielders, no tactical awareness. He just runs 100%, pressing all over the place, exposes a big gap in it. He has 100%. 100% Jarvis, 100%.
Well, we said this, didn't we? Though, how was Ten Hag going to fit him into this system? Because the only thing we know with Bruno is he's got a pass that can go range from 5 yards to 50 yards, and he can send somebody in behind. That's the only key weapon that he has. The positional awareness and stuff like that. That isn't something that you're born with. That's something that you can be coached. But it's whether or not you have the capabilities to perform what your coach wants of you. And if Ten Hag, his main whole philosophy is around what? Possession, position, and play ball. That is, if we're being fair, that is probably the main way how he likes to facilitate his football. Because positionally, if you're not in the right area, the whole system is exposed. We saw that in the Europa League game the other night. If positionally one player is completely taken out or taken completely out of the game, it completely ruins the whole capability of the system, and you get counter-attack like we did, and then we conceded the goal. But when you have the capability of it where all players are singing off the same hymn sheet, and you don't have these little gaps in the areas, you don't have people who are running around like headless chickens. In the case of Fernandes, where does a 10-yard sprint to press the goalkeeper down or something like that. That's all well and good, yeah. But stay in your position. Stay in your line of area. You don't need to drift into another person's operating area. That is why it's called a system for a reason. Listen, because you be in your own little pocket of space in your area to operate in. Everybody has it on the football field. Stick to your own game and then link the play together. That is why you need to keep the system as what it is, a system.
Honestly, I don't know why it's like I genuinely don't know why he's allowed to get away with that. His positional discipline is absolutely.
Yeah, it's discipline and everything. It's lack of discipline.
Yeah, big up Semiasi. Big up Semiasi. Says Rio at West Ham wasn't anywhere on the Saliba level. Rio Ferdinand went to Leeds and they qualified for the Champions League. They went to the semi-final of the Champions League. So remember, how old are you, Zane? Let us know, please. You don't have to
let us know, Zane. I've always been interested.
What if he's 14? What if he's 14?
Listen, no, he's not Irfan.
Where's he getting this money from?
Listen,
That's what I'm thinking.
Listen, Semiasi told us he was there, and I've got no reason not to disbelieve him. He told us he was there when Ronaldo played against Man United, Sporting Lisbon, the first time in that pre-season game.
Really?
He was at the game?
He was friends. We should buy him. Yeah. When he was playing,
Semiasi's friend. Semiasi's friends with a coach who was a Lisbon coach. So that's how he knows. Anyway, he told us. He told us last couple of days ago. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 700 career goals. Is incredible, by the way. Goals by Cristiano Ronaldo 700 career goals by club. 450 Real Madrid, 144 Man United, 101 again for Juventus, 5 for Sporting. So that's a massive feat. That is massive feat. So anyway, people, quickly, let's get into it. Please give me the, if you can, what the from De Gea. Let's go from De Gea, yeah?
Player ratings,
yeah. So Frank Lampard here talking about Cristiano 700 goals, outstanding. He's one of the greatest players that has ever graced the game, with Messi, both incredible players. I want him to score. I wanted him to score
the other night.
The other night. Okay.
Very gracious, Frank. Very gracious.
Yeah, it's a shame he's a fucking Tory, innit? That's
it's a shame. Yeah,
it's a shame. He's a Tory,
deep shame.
That's fucking. So De Gea, let's go with it. De Gea. Wow. Block is saying 8. Just for 8 for what save? Saved us. Guy said, "Oh yeah, the Ghana,
Jimmy Garner,
the Jimmy Garner save. Yeah, that was a brilliant save. But 8, I don't know about 8, guys.
I'm thinking about 6, to be fair.
6.5.
He was taking his time, obviously annoying the Everton fans throughout the second half. He was just taking his time with that. That's what I didn't understand. Also, I don't know. It was weird. Some of the body language from the players. Some people trying to slow the game down, just waste time with 35 minutes to go. I said, "How's this going to pan out?" So it's a strange one. I would give him a 6. I didn't think he did anything. But I mean, that one save was it from James Garner? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it a cross or was it a shot? What was it?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest.
It was a shot.
It was a shot, right? Yeah, okay. I couldn't work it out, but okay, yeah, it was a bit last ditch. So yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him 6.5 because of that. But I don't think he did anything. But I'm glad that he's hoofing the ball.
A couple of times he came and sweep. He played a bit of
sweep. He did a couple of times. That's what I'm saying. But he looks solid in terms of his delivery. And what he turns out, he looks better. It looks like he's not double thinking.
Listen, I just have to say to Frank Lampard, you don't have to tell us. I know how good Ghana is. You don't have to tell us, bro. Don't worry about it. You don't have to tell us. Ronaldo's the greatest player ever. I'm shocked some United fans want him gone because there's other issues. It's not just about him where he is and where we are as a team. If we were great again, Ronaldo would be at a team. It'd be different. We're not. We're fucking Glazers are running amok.
I'm waiting for Ten Hag to have his own team. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't know if it's going to happen. Yeah. That's all I'm waiting on. To tell you the truth.
Yeah. Now listen, we're happy for him. I don't know if he's the greatest player ever for me. I think there are some incredible players throughout history, but he's one of the greatest, 100%. I 100% agree. So the shot definitely was a shot, 100%. Let's go to Diego Dalot. At times he was quite frustrating, Diego Dalot. At times he defended well when he needed to defend, but on the ball I thought he was quite wasteful and positionally at times I know that Ten Hag wants him to attack and sometimes be inverted centre midfield player and an inverted right winger sometimes, but it was a mixed bag for me being at the game. Maybe I'm a bit too harsh. Maybe that's just me. But Diego Dalot, I think he gets a 7 because he defended well when there's a bit of pressure on. He gets a 7. Irfan, from you?
I don't know. I watched him because he was the shaky of the fullbacks. He was the shaky one.
Okay.
Because I think it's a composure thing with him because it gives the ball away. Gave the ball away a lot in dangerous areas. But, there's a bit of tenacity there. I'll give him that. There's a bit of, energy with the guy. But he just hasn't got the temperament yet to be a top right back, in my opinion. So I don't think he had a particularly good game. He's had better games of late than this one. So I'm going to give him
6.5. So 6.5, 6.
Give him
Okay,
6.
6.5. Tom?
Yeah, I'll go 6.5.
Okay, 6.5. Okay, we go to Lindelof. Yeah, I think 6.5 as well. I genuinely think so. I didn't think he did make any mistakes. I thought he headed a couple of balls away, but we didn't get tested in that first half defensively. Second half, we did a little bit. So, yeah, I think he blocked one shot. So, yeah, 6.5. I think 6.5. And Luke Shaw. Sorry, Martinez. I'll give Martinez a 7. I thought his passing through the lines at times were brilliant. I don't know what about the 7. 6.5 for me for Lindelof. 100%. 6.5 for me. Martinez was the best player on the ball at the back. His passing is brilliant, but there were times where he held it a bit too much. Where against other teams, he plays it forward faster and quicker. Today there was a bit in the way he was telling people to calm down. But yeah, for the improvement, for the recovery runs, I'm gonna give the best player in the back today was Luke Shaw, 7.5. 7.5.
I'm going to give Martinez 7.5. I'm going to give Luke Shaw an 8 today.
Okay, Irfan's giving him.
Yeah, I'll agree with Irfan.
I really thought with the man because he did so much tidying up for us today. He did so much backtracking as well.
Lindelof, what are you giving him?
Personally, I'll probably give him a 6. Nothing special, nothing amazing, special, but did the job, I guess.
Points for being defensively solid today. No,
listen, Natalie. Wow,
I don't.
Listen, therapy arm is giddy FC tonight. I'm telling you, absolutely giddy FC. Everybody's getting giddy. Short 8. No, the Air fans, you give him 8.
Yeah, because I thought he was solid today. It was the first time I've seen him play. He was a more solid defender. He was, apart from
it was his best game of the season. Absolutely,
it was his best game of the season. It was. I'm not his fan. I'm not his fan, but I did think he was solid today. He was. He made a lot of interceptions. He really did. He was solid. He didn't give the ball away. He was there solid.
Yeah.
I thought he was. People gave it Casemiro. I would have given it Shaw man of the match today. An unassuming man of the match.
Okay, quickly. Let's move. I'll start with Tom. Ericsson.
Probably 6 again.
I thought today was his poorest game today, other than the derby. I thought he was quite poor.
5 or a 6 for me.
Yeah, 6.
Average
6 for me. 6. Irfan?
Well, I thought it was. I don't think he had a poor game. He's just average, but
average.
Magic wasn't.
Listen, Irfan, you know what? In the game there, he's got the ball. Rashford is spinning the game, trying to stay on side, and he's not passing the ball.
Have you noticed though one thing with Ericsson? The motor's starting to slow down now.
Massively,
with the consistent running of games. There isn't because he's the player that makes that midfield tick and connect from the defensive side of it. When you look at somebody like Casemiro or McTominay who plays there. To then the attacking output in Fernandes. We don't have another player that can do that, where it makes it fluid in the midfield. We don't have that We don't have those operators, unfortunately.
No, we don't. Let me just get the super chat. Sami Assis and Nuruddin. Why does Gary Neville keep going on? He's the man of the people. Then he's going to the world. He's going to work for Qatar for the World Cup. At the end of the day, mate, there's a lot of people. Arsene Wenger works for Qatar. Sami Assis. Yeah, Arsene Wenger works for Qatar. What are you going to say about that? Arsene Wenger makes it out like he's man of the people, don't he? Arsene Wenger is like...
No, wait, Nuruddin.
He works for FIFA, though, doesn't he, first?
Yeah, wait, Nuruddin. Yeah, no, fair enough, fair point, but Zane's got a point. Zane's got a point. Of
course, listen to me.
But
what I'm saying to you, loads of footballers, Hullet, who's man of the people, politically, he opposed apartheid, and he's one of the first players to ever do it. Hullet, he works for BN. So Pep Guardiola was there. David Beckham's there. They're all hypocrites, of course.
But they don't give a shit.
The human rights, what's going on? It's disgusting. 6,000 something have died. Every one of those, before a ball's kicked in this World Cup, every one of those families needs to be compensated. Simple. Every one of those families needs to be compensated. But yeah, I agree with you. He shouldn't be working for beIN Sport. No, he should not be. 100% I agree with you. He should not be. So they're saying 7.5 for Ericsson. I don't know what you saw. Ericsson 5, he says AAG. Still, I prefer Malacia. Okay, 5.5 for Ericsson. No, I thought it was 6. I thought it was average 6. I agree with Natalie. Casemiro, I thought Casemiro, other than a dreadful first mistake, even though it was a hospital pass Anthony gave him, I thought he grew to the game. I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him an 8. What are you going to give him, Tom?
8, yeah.
8.
Hey, you guys give it. I'm giving it a 7.5. I give him some. I mean, look, he did grow into the game, and we need his composure.
No, you know what we're giving him, because he's how many times he won the ball back.
Yeah.
And to me, he set up a goal. That's why he gets the 8. To me, it's man of the match because he set up a goal. He made a tackle and then straight away, bang, gives it. McTominay or Fred, they're taking 2 touches. That ball doesn't go to the
Didn't he give the ball away that he won back? Didn't he do that? Am I getting wrong? I think he gave it away and then won it back and then set
and then he played Ronaldo straight away. Bruno, I'm giving him a 5.5 for me today. 5.5.
Is that for lack of discipline? Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I was going to go a bit lower actually, but.
Well,
okay, how about you giving him, Tom? You can go.
I was going to give him 4. I was going to give him 4.5. If I'm being fair.
Okay.
I just think there's no discipline, and you can't have one player in his squad of 11 that isn't disciplined.
He's captain. He's captain.
It doesn't make him God. It doesn't make him special because he has an armband on. So
I'm just saying he's captain, but I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there, fan.
But he's captain. This is the bad thing. He's captain. You know, so
I don't. Well, this is the problem, though. Where is the leaders? Where you don't need to be questioning about who is a captain in your team on.
Oh, listen quickly.
It shouldn't even be a question.
Listen, Tom, quickly. That's interesting. World Order is giving him 5.5. I don't know what game you watched there. He was by far the best midfielder today, Casemiro. After the first mistake that he gave. Yeah, man of the match.
Yeah, he was.
So Bruno, for me, Bruno gets a 5 for me. 5. I want him to get from
you. Because...
No, does he get a 4 from Tom? 4
he
or
does,
4?
He does give us a bit of a pressure, and he does. You know, there is a bit of a press.
He was horrendous. He's indisciplined, man, and really wasteful on the ball as well. So many times giving the ball away.
You think he gave the ball away loads today?
No, he did. He was wasteful. He was wasteful today.
I think though, when you watch it live, when you watch a game, it's so much easier to see how much players give away the ball than you watch it on TV. Okay, I don't know if that's just me though.
Yeah, we'll agree that he was a 5. Okay, 5 then. We'll agree because a lot of people are saying 5.
Yeah, go on then.
Anthony.
Which one?
Anthony Martial. To me, I thought he get 6.5, setting up a goal.
Yep.
I thought he got injured, towards the end, but he had to come off,
unfortunately. The second one, okay. All right.
Rashford, I'll give Rashford a 7 today because the work rate.
Cool. All right. No, I'll check it in a minute. Let me check it in a minute. I'm still on the line. When I get off the line in 5 minutes, I'll ring you back, okay?
Yeah. Anthony Martial, not Anthony. Anthony Martial. Martial 6.5, 6. Anthony, we'll come to Anthony, but Martial for me, he gave an assist. And he came up injured, and I thought he was playing well. He gave the ball away a couple of times, but he was a big threat to the way we were playing because he's so assured with the ball. When we play into his feet, he's linking the play, innit? Rashford a 7. I thought Rashford, for me, worked hard today off the ball. It was a 7, and it's unfortunate that he had a goal stolen from him today. Anthony, I'm going to give Anthony, for me, a 6. For me, even though he scored. He scored, 6.5 to be fair, Anthony. 6.5 because he scored, but he was really quiet in the second half. Really. And at times, he got the last pass wrong. Did you remember that time when we had like 4 against 3?
Yeah.
He played the ball back behind everybody and 3 players. 3 players. And then
we're not instinctive. We're not instinctive in terms of killing off teams. We just don't have it. We're
Ronaldo, for 700 goals, I'm going to have to give him a 7 because I thought his work rate off the ball was good. He was feeding off scraps. He didn't get any other chance after that.
Yeah.
The header I thought he could have done better with. But forget 700 goals in football. It is incredible. It is absolutely incredible.
It is an all-time legends achievement.
Yeah, it's absolutely astonishing to score 700 goals in professional career, club goals.
How long's his career been though, guys? Well, I think, did he start... I don't know when he started professional games. Was it when he was 17 or something like that?
Yeah,
16, 17. So that's like 20 years. He scored 700 goals in basically 20 seasons, really.
It's incredible. And when it's not a striker.
Yeah, well, there you go as well.
Winger.
He was a winger. How much are we giving Eric Ten Hag?
Oh.
7?
Yeah.
6.5 for me.
You didn't till near the end, did he really?
Yeah, 6.5. No.
6.5. I mean, don't you think he at the end we allowed them to come on to us even more?
Yeah, I think the only thing.
Look how deep we were in the last 10 minutes.
The only criticism. The only
Well
criticism
ordered.
you
Who
can
do you
give him
support?
now.
Listen. Well ordered. I really don't know who do you support. Are you a United fan? Well ordered. I don't know.
No, he's probably a
Might be,
7.5.
might be one of,
Wow.
might be one of Zane's burner accounts. You never know.
6.5. So 6.5 for Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
6.5. And what mark do we give Hassan Yusuf for getting all the quotes? Come on,
8.
people.
8. Give him an 8.
Eight. He's getting
Is
an 8.
he, is he deputy reporter then?
He's a deputy reporter, yeah, on the Khalis is
Hey,
properly.
look at this. World Order said he's United since '82. Wow.
So you think Ronaldo was that bad?
Mm.
Wow. You think he was that bad? Wow.
No, I think. Look, I think what it is some United fans have got very, very high expectations.
That's
it. Yeah.
Listen, he gets a 10 from me. That's it. AMG saying he gets a 10. Hassan Yusuf gets a 10. Anyway, guys, it's been an absolute brilliant. I didn't want to be on here that late anyway, but big up to you. Please smash a like on the video. At one point, it was nearly 200 of you in here. I know I feel like I don't have to keep saying it, but subscribe to the channel, become part of the community, and like, share, please. Especially like the video so more people didn't get a chance to see it. It was good to be there today. Good atmosphere, proper old school ground. Bloody hell, it's proper old school. It honestly is proper. Big up Frisco, big up Alex for getting us down there, man. And
I was trying to work out who you went down with because I saw the video on Twitter and I was like, oh
yeah,
right, we're Liverpool.
Yeah, I was there, yeah. So big up everybody, love and light. Make sure you give Tom Journalist one. He's over the flu now. And Irfan, Tom Journalist 1 on Twitter. Irfan, you can find him on Instagram, Irfan Rainey, and on Twitter, a bit of football and a lot of politics on Twitter as well. Big up Irfan. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming on. Like we always say, innit, win, lose or draw, bankers out, glazers out.
Yep.
Do we need to buy a captain? Well, if Casemiro for me stays in the team, then yeah, KB, to me it's the easiest thing to give to Casemiro. For me, if Casemiro plays every week in, week out, it's either Varane or Casemiro. But
yes,
to me, more Casemiro because Varane, I see him injury prone, isn't he? He's always injured. But like I said, people, we're only 2 injuries away in midfield from having Fred and McTominay back. We're only 1 injury away from Maguire getting 2 injuries away at the back still. So at the end of the day, our squad in midfield and defense is bare. I'm telling you, it's bare. But big up everybody. Love you guys. Tories out, Glazers out, United forever. And we end it with a big up, love, light, peace.
Peace.